guaranteed losers.
Kaiba is moving on to winners finals, so he's only potentially a couple matches away from winning the whole thing if he keeps on going like this.
That is very true.
I'm gonna sign off.
All right, dude. Well, it was great commentating with you, man.
It's been fun. I'm Lysias, Luke, and replacing me is gonna be Cholan, and he's gonna do an amazing job.
Thanks,
so,
Luke.
Enjoy the rest of the top 8.
Actually, yes, please.
Hello, TSH Lin joining us here on the mic.
Oh boy, TSH Lin. All right.
Along with BU Pegasus.
That would be me, your boy Daniel.
And we have a great match in winners round 2 or winners semis.
Correct.
Between Gavin,
GVN,
the reigning Spring 2017 Smash 4 champion.
That's true.
And Cooper, the self-described scrub who improved a lot.
Self-described, did he say that at one point?
He said when he first came here, I was a scrub, and now, in his last semester, he made it to playoffs. We are so proud of him.
Yeah, no, honestly, he's an old roommate of mine. Both these players are fantastic players. Cooper, of course, he was close last semester. I believe he was top 13, top 12, and now he really put in that work. He came here. Here he is. I think he was seeded 6th?
He was 6th.
6th, correct. He's doing a great job. So we have a very exciting match in front of us. So what are your thoughts on Little Mac and Ness? Stages, neutral, any particular knowledge you have?
Well, I know Cooper specifically does not like Smashville, and I know that Gavin does. I wouldn't be surprised to see like Battlefield as the pick.
Good. Hard reads. Commentator reads.
I think the big thing that Gavin's going to be looking for, as with any match with Little Mac, is edge guards. But I think the other smaller thing is outplaying Little Mac on the ground in neutral, which is very hard to do.
It's hard. He has great ground presence.
What do you think Cooper's going to have to do, though?
It's going to be very interesting. So right here, yes, I was about to say, Little Mac's tilts are really good, but sometimes they are really scary, and that's a lot of the prime way to approach. So he's going to have to be careful about how he spaces that. And of course, he's going to need to capitalize when he does get in, and just make sure he does the damage correctly. And so he did a great start right there. Good stuff for that rapid jab. And that is deceptively difficult to get out of, especially when you're pinned on the ledge.
And it's very good pressure, especially when you're in the advantage state.
Oh, absolutely. And good job getting rid of that KO punch there.
Yes.
Not being too afraid to go ahead and continue playing neutral as per usual. Because a lot of players, oh, wow.
Ooh, good double up there.
He did that probably in the first actionable frame out of hit stun. That was amazing.
Well, a lot of people mistakenly DI up out of that, but you actually want to DI to the side in that case because
out?
Yeah, out. Because if you go straight up, and you air dodge, this up air comes out really quickly. I don't know the frame.
That's a big head coming right for you in the blast zone.
But it's a pretty close game. Cooper's just got to avoid getting edge guarded, and I'll play him in neutral, get his tilt game going, go for the kill confirms, down tilt to
up B.
But
that was a really fast DI mix-up. I was not prepared for him to go behind him so quickly.
Same.
And I think that's another scary thing that Cooper's going to have to be very careful with is off stage. It's going to be very difficult with the amount of the disjoints, all his options. He has projectiles, he has down smash. It's kind of scary to recover. And as a Little Mac in general, it's scary. But I think in this match, he's going to have to be particularly careful and not preemptively use a move. Because Gavin's the kind of player that, if you watch, and Ness too, they're very reactive. So.
And I think the big thing is Gavin has fair, bear, down smash, and PK fire if you go high.
And you can of course pressure further away with up B, PK Thunder. It's scary, and especially if you get that little tail hit and the gimps.
Yeah, PK Thunder 1 is deceptively good at edge guarding.
Absolutely.
Anyway, they're going into Game 2 on Town City, which I know is one of Cooper's better stages.
Right.
Obviously, the down tilt is going to kill a little earlier, but it's not a bad stage for Ness either, particularly.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know because I don't actually know the blast zones. Are they closer on the sides on this one too? And then on top of the up air will still help. So his kill options are pretty viable in this one too.
Yeah, Town City is very close side blast zones, and I know it's a solid counter pick if you're going to go for the cheesy back throw kill.
Right. But although, I will say, so with Little Mac, so people who don't know, his down tilt actually scoops you off the ledge. If he shields there and you try to pressure him, and you don't have a very fast move and you don't fast fall it, his down tilt can scoop you and he can go for the up B. So that actually helps him, and then of course platforms in general help him out. But ooh, this is a bad situation to be in. Speaking of PK Fire.
Yeah, unfortunately the problem is you have to do mix-ups in this matchup. But if you get caught high once, you can die for it.
That's very true. And my gosh, I will commend Gavin for sure. His up air spacing, it doesn't look safe sometimes, but he spaced that so well. I don't think I've ever punished that falling up air, even with ZSS's frame 1 jab. And great down smash to interrupt me there. Great down smash on that. Great patience from him.
But, one thing that's kind of a subplot of this matchup is both these people are good at both Gavin and Cobalt are good at option coverage. But the problem is that Little Mac's disadvantage state's terrible.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think in terms of the matchup, like matchups change when you go into advantage or disadvantage state. And we have a situation. Oh, that kid. Oh, the furthest space down tilt won't work. The tipper down tilt, it won't connect.
Good fair to finish it off. That's unfortunate.
Actually, he had the right idea. He was inching in closely. If you ever go back and replay that, or if you just want to go rewind quickly, you saw Cooper walking slowly to try and get the non-sweet spot. But unfortunately, I think Gavin was aware of that. He DI'd out, and he can only get the sweet spot, which is why it doesn't connect. But okay, we have a game 3 situation. What do you? Oh, run it back. Okay.
I think Town City's one of Cooper's
I
favorite
think it is
stages.
I think it's a good idea for sure.
And Gavin's basically got all his kills off edge guards, not like back throw.
Right.
So it's not a bad thing.
And that would happen on any stage. Right. I do agree with that. I think his advantages on this stage keeping them. Oh wow, he got out that jab real quick.
One thing that I'm going to be looking for from Cooper is if he gets a % lead, I would just be careful and not approach the ledge too much. Play it safe. He's been approaching a little bit recklessly so far.
Yeah.
So I think he wants to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would certainly agree with that. Okay. Nice. Good patience there, waiting to see what option he does. Yeah, he spaced out of that fair, too.
I'm glad he followed it up with jab. I thought that was a smart decision.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. Good start to feel him out there. Okay.
A little bit of spaghetti there.
A little bit of spaghetti. Oh, wow. That could have been, if the up was a little faster, I think he could have come on the DI mix-up.
Yeah, that was close.
That was really close. Because he was mashing backward for, whatchamacallit, for the back throw. Mm-hmm. So, okay, and this is where, oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Great follow-up from Gavin.
Good catch. Good way to salvage that combo. Okay, interesting. And we got the up B, and that's going to take the stock. All right.
Okay, so this is doable, and he's got KO meter charged a fair amount.
About halfway, a little bit more maybe. So this is definitely not bad. So if he does get comboed, that's a saving grace, and he does have that setup. But the thing is, you can't rely on that too much. Like, obviously, use it. Oh, wow. Great setup. But again, it's one of those things that you can't, rely, force yourself. If you're down far enough, you're going to have to. But, right now, for example, he shouldn't change his neutral to get a KO punch, and neither should Ness, and that is really unfortunate to see. I wonder if it's also Ness.
I don't know, honestly.
Because that didn't look like it was a tipper. The first time I thought he just tippered the down tilt so it was too far space and it wouldn't connect. That time it just looked like Ness was too light.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
That was good DI backwards from Gavin to get out of that, because he could have followed that up with F smash and that would have been it.
Ooh, that fair situation. Oh, I love down tilt fair from Little Mac so much. It's so cool. Because it sends him it semi-gimps them, or semi-spikes them if you will, so it gets him back down to the ground where obviously Mac excels. So that was a good situation. He's continuing this pressure. Got into the ledge. He's been keeping this advantage state for a little while. Fortunately, it's resetting a little bit more to neutral. He has slight stage control, however. Great pressure, and there you go. That's the stock. That was amazing composure. Okay, so now, however, Town City's off the table.
Yeah, and modified DSR is in effect, so Gavin could go back to Battlefield.
Because this is game 4 now.
I suspect unless Cooper abandoned Smashville, or maybe even FD would be the pick. Well, actually, I don't know. Little Mac likes FD.
Yeah,
if Smashville's on the table, that otherwise, I guess Dreamland. But Dreamland's also interesting because it does have the relatively low ceilings, which could help Cooper. But I know that Gavin excels on triplats.
Yeah. He really does. His situations and his reads off of how a player reacts and whenever they're on in shield on platform and stuff like that, he pressures very well off of that. And speaking of the platform, interesting. Okay.
Good weight from Cooper though to Cobalt to not fall for the obvious trap.
Right. So that could have ended up in a much worse situation. And man, wow, that Joel Haymaker at low percent. Is that Joel Haymaker? I don't know what the name is. Side B. We'll just go side B. Yeah. Keep it safe.
Something subtle I've noticed throughout this whole set is that if Cooper gets like one greedy good punish, he's followed up doing the same one multiple times, and every single time Gavin's adjusted for it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think Cobalt's got to be a little bit more careful with his punches and just try to keep like a more diverse mindset towards it.
Oh, I thought that was a landing KO punch, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. Oh, the first bit.
It's not the first time he's done that either.
Yeah, he's done that. Oh, that counts, man. Wow, the upbeat, perfect. Wow, that was beautifully placed.
And Cobalt had the right idea to try to DI back up after that and even try to tech it, but you're gonna get down smashed at the ledge.
Absolutely. And this is a nice.
Okay. Makes it back.
Nice. That's good. I guess he just drifted up on that fair and then went ahead and jumped out at 12%. Oh man, and you know, Cooper's spacing is really good in this match too. If you're watching these smash attacks, like he's doing a pretty mindful job. It's just these unfortunate moments in Ness's, his air dodge and his movement is just always weird and funky in the air. He's got disjoints.
Yeah. He has that Z-axis air dodge
Yeah,
too.
I would say Cooper clearly he needs to adjust here and there for some things, but in the normal sense of the Mac play, I feel like he's doing really well. It's just Ness in particular has to adjust a little bit. He does have to adjust a little bit.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not wrong. And this isn't the worst state to be in, because if he can take this stock, he will have KO punch on
He does
deck.
have the opportunity for a KO punch setup. But at the same time, that's also one of the things I was saying about earlier. Nope, it's negated there. But good wake up side B to go ahead and take that stock. That's one of those things I was saying. So against a lot of low players, that's why a lot of medium to low players who aren't aware of max options kind of fall for that. If they're not aware of how to play mind games properly. But because he that he has KO punch, he's going to be going for a tilt off a respawn. So that's one of those situations why we haven't really seen it hit that much, honestly. Against Gavin, he's just very aware of the fact he's going to be going for tilts. So
Gavin's a very mindful player, and he's someone who benefits a lot from experience. That's with everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, but he oh wow,
ooh, good.
That was a scary situation, because if that had traded, that would not have gone well.
Nice momentum stall from Gavin, though, to try to throw off Cobalt. Let's see. This is a dead even game.
This is an even game. I'm saying, honestly, yeah, both of them could be killed at any moment right now.
As always, I'm glad he forward through there to not stale back throw. A lot of people stale that option, but you right now it would kill if it's right at the ledge. So.
Right. Ooh, that pick. Oh, you see. So Gavin's very mindful, because the average player would have just been like, "Oh, is it landing Mac? Here's my chance to go attack," and you would have gotten KO punch for that. Because of Mac's fastball speed. Well, it's actually his gravity and his fastball. He has low gravity but high fastball or something like that. But he gets to the ground fast, and he just. Oh no! Was that gonna be a back throw?
No, I don't think that's it.
That's not it. But he does lose KO punch for that. Oh, and that's gonna be up there. Covered that. That was very well covered by Gavin. Wow. Because if you think about that, what could he have done if he had done the long one? The hitbox wouldn't have come out. He would have gone air dodge. So no matter where he had spaced that side B, where Gavin spaced that up there is very important.
Gavin's spacing just really strong, and kudos to him for that 3-1.
I mean, great games to both of them, though. Great games to both of them. It is one of those things, like we said, it's hard to catch, and with Mac, you got to kind of control the space very well. But with a character like Ness, who has disjoints, it's just. And his weird movement and drift throughout the air, it just makes things a lot exponentially harder to deal with as a Mac.
It's just kind of funny, because Mac is such a very volatile matchup list. There's certain high tiers he excels at and certain ones that he struggles with. It's just so interesting that Ness, even though just being another mid-tier, has some really strong options against Mac, and that can make things kind of difficult.
Yeah, that is very true. But, alright, so we have our next match coming up here.